Well, hello there. I'm Chinook. I'm not sure if we've met before, though it's possible you've enjoyed me in some of your favorite beers and may not have even known it. I'd like to spend a few minutes and tell you a little about myself, what some of my hop characteristics are, and why I might just be the perfect hop for your next beer. Although we're not going to do this without a nice cold beer to accompany us. So come on, crack a cold one, and let's go. Now let me tell you a little about myself. I was originally released in 1985 as a cross between Petham Golding and a high alpha USDA male in the Yakima Valley region of Washington State. Though most of my major growing production these days now comes from Washington State and British Columbia, Canada. And you better believe I love it there. The dry, hot climates of those regions are my favorite, though I still grow relatively well under any climate that doesn't have too much humidity. I've been adapted to both Oregon and Idaho, but wasn't overly fond of those locations, especially Oregon. I once went almost 20 years without being grown there, though this might have something to do with the downy mildew that is more prevalent in Oregon than in Washington. I once even lost a relative to that damn disease caused by those horrible fungus-like organisms. Thankfully, I've noticed that I seem to be resistant to the fungal disease Verticillium wilt, as well as most insects, and even somewhat resistant to downy mildew. However, you need to keep me away from powdery mildew, spider mites, and the hop mosaic virus. I am very susceptible to those. I love long days filled with plenty of sunshine since it takes half a year of frost-free days to fully flower and develop my hops. If you happen to see me growing, you'll notice I have a nice leaf color of a medium green and that my cones are a medium compact size with dark yellow lupulin. As far as my growth rate goes, I'm a little slow to emerge from the winter dormancy, though my maturity goes from moderate to vigorous growth throughout the mid-season. That growth slows down as it gets later on in the season. Now I hear you asking, Chinook, how easy are you to harvest and what kind of yield do you achieve? Great question, Mark. My ease of harvest can be anywhere from moderate to difficult, and my yield is low to moderate with a yield amount of 1,700 to 2,230 kilograms per hectare or 1,520 to 2,000 pounds per acre. My storage qualities are fairly good, as I will maintain 68 to 70% of my alpha acid content after being stored at 20 degrees Celsius for 6 months. And if you're going to try to grow me in your backyard, keep me close to some nitrogen-fixed lume plants like clover, vetch, or peas. They're going to keep the soil mildly acidic while delivering a steady stream of nitrogen to the soil as well. Finally, I won third place in the 2015 American Homebrewers Association Most Popular Hop Variety. Just saying. Now let's talk about some fun things I can do for your brew. Whether you prefer to use hops for bittering or aroma, look no further. Chinook has everything you might want. Yes, I am in fact a dual-purpose hop. There's really no bad time to add me to your beer. For bittering, my high alpha acids, 11 to 15%, make for a great addition to the start of your boil and gives beer brewed with Chinook a smooth, light bitterness that is far from harsh and usually very easy to drink. Be careful though, bitterness has the potential to turn a little harsh if overused. My bittering qualities may be a bit rough for some as it tends to linger in your mouth after swallowing. The longer I'm in the boil, the more bitter I will be. However, you're not going to get my flavor and aromatic qualities. In fact, I was one of the first big resiny high alpha hops to become popular for aroma. To unlock my aroma and flavor potential in your beer, try adding me as a late addition to the boil, as a whirlpool addition, or even during dry hopping. By adding me during any of these times, you'll really notice the resiny aroma of spice, pine, and grapefruit upon first impression. Once you've taken a nice big whiff of your beer, you'll get to taste the unique flavor I offer. Depending on how I'm using your beer, you'll notice my spicy aroma, somewhat smoky pine qualities, and finishing notes of grapefruit on your tongue. I am very complimentary in beer, and you may not know that I'm actually one of 4 hops used in Coors Banquet that help ease the bitterness and offset its malty sweetness. Some additional American styles of beer you may find me in include Pale Ale and Indian Pale Ale, Parkside Graffiti, West Coast IPA, Stout and Porter, Two Sergeants Brewing Chinook Oatmeal Stout, Amber Ale, the Grizzly Paw Brewing Company Chinook Red IPA, Lagers, Coors Banquet, as well as Brown Ale, Barley Wine, and Winter Ale. My flavoring aroma has provided beer drinkers with a spicy and unique quality that has developed a loyal following. So the next time you're trying to figure out what beer to buy or brew next, think about that resiny pine grapefruit character that blends perfectly with a spicy taste or its smooth bitterness potential, and you found the perfect hop for you. I've been Chinook, and I hope that I'm the hop you're looking for.